Hello, welcome, guys. Hello. As you're here, you know the score. Pop on a I'm here in the comments and your name, of course. Just applying some stuff to my injury, my accident, I guess I keep calling it. Come on, shit everywhere. But yes, hey, I am on time. Tammy. Hey, Tammy. Tammy, girl. Hello, your biggest fan. Who's that? There's so many. I wonder who my biggest fan is. Tell me. I want to know. Okay, I'm going to open Facebook as well so I can creep on you guys. Who is... Who's watching? Guys, I can literally see the number of people who's watching. And I can also see that there are only 2 comments in the comment section that say that they're here. So everyone else, you guys better start putting in the comments, I'm here, because I'm not going to start till I see them, basically. So, I didn't know. Oh, it's you fucking fanny. It's Campbell. You're such a bell end. I did get excited. I was like, yeah, I've got someone, I've got a friend. Campbell. I should not have a fan and have Campbell as a fan. He's so fucking proud of himself, guys. He's such a sad bastard. Hey, Sam. Hello, Lindsay. Hello, guys. Hello, what is up? Now I'm going to go on. I'm going to start naming and shaming people who have not yet said they're here. That's what I'm going to do. Emma. Jane. Hey, can't stay long. I'm off to work. I feel like... So, guys, I'm going to share a little story here. Croissant, yeah, she is. There she is. A few months ago, me and Cam were reading messages. Because obviously we read messages to each other, not love notes or anything, just like, what's on your hand? Messages that people have messaged us. If we need help or like, you know, just a bit of advice from each other. What do you think of this, Cam? So and so, whatever. So, we were going through a bit of a funny 5 minutes, weren't we? Do you remember this? Not messages from clients, messages from like people, randoms. And we were doing it in a Welsh accent.
Oh, right, in Budapest, yeah.
Yeah. Anywhere, wherever we were. Anyway, so we were, that's what we're going to do, I think, today, Cam. You're going to start reading these comments out in the Welsh accent. No. He's very good at it.
No.
Such a loser. So boring. Somebody, I need a replacement. Can someone give me a refund or replacement on this?
Maybe ask your biggest fan.
I don't like that person. Anyway, sado. Right, why can't I make this work? If I click this, I'm afraid. Okay, whatever. Okay, so guys, we've been working, of course, on a couple of things. Sorry, I'm trying to normally here and weird for some reason, but oh well. Anyway, so we have gone through check-ins for a couple of days, and we've heard the following complaints. Lindsay, we haven't got to yours yet. Don't worry. Hey, Julie. The following complaints. It is hot. I can't sleep. It's too hot to sleep. Working out is hard. Exercise is hard. I am going the aircon. My fan's not working. I can't sleep because it's too hot. Anything else? We've heard that plus similar variations.
Pretty much.
So, guys, tell us in the comments, has it been warm where you are in the world? Because obviously we've got clients all over the shop, yeah. So let us know, has it been warm where you have been living, where you live, where you've been recently. Let us know. Because if not, we're not going to do this live. We'll have to wing something else. To be fair, it is hot. Hey, Rosalind. On my way to the gym. We'll replay Patchy Internet. Yes, cool down today, though. Lindsay says, yes, it's cool down today, though. And I think someone else is commenting on my... Oh, maybe it was Sam. Gosh. Okay, yes. Natalie says, yes. Sam says, yes. Okay. Emma says, to be fair, it is hot. Okay. Alrighty. Well, we'll help you guys out. How about that? Okay, so we have got some tips here about safe training. Boring. How to make training less of a ball ache, because it is hot here as well. By 9:30 this morning, it was 34 degrees real feel. And obviously it only got hotter as the day went on, essentially. So totally feel you. So basically, guys, you know how important sleep is. If your sleep is going to shit, then your weight to the next day is probably going to go up. You're probably not going to have energy because the heat makes you tired as well, doesn't it? And then you finally want to go to bed and you can't because it's too hot. So there's this big cycle. If you don't sleep well, you're always going to be more hungry. Hey, Jenna, what's the weather like with you? That's so British, isn't it? How's the weather, Jenna? So you're going to be more hungry. You're going to feel full less frequently. You're going to be craving some energy, which means you're going to be looking for carbs. You're going to be looking for chocolate, candy, whatever, to really hit that spot so you have that buzz. Or caffeine, of course.
I think that's going to be one of the biggest culprits.
Heat and MS equals no bueno. Yeah, I can imagine. And Magdalena, rheumatoid arthritis, it really flares up as well, doesn't it?
Add to flare up.
Yeah, I think if you've got any kind of bone issue like that, joint issues as well. Well, actually, sometimes the joints are sometimes better in the heat, aren't they? Because of the lubrication. But also with heat, your body expands and inflames. So then there's less room. So everything's a bit more squished. So it's going to rub against each other a little bit. So it can cause more pain, of course. Any autoimmune? Yes, that's it. Humid and the 70s this week in
Boston.
Okay, so it's hot bloody everywhere, all right? Suck it up. And that's it, guys. We are going to give you some hints and tips on what you can do, but also it's summer, okay? In most countries, in around 50% of the countries in the world, it's summer right now. So if it is hot, you just have to bear with it. Dig deep and use your discipline a little bit more. We have 70, 80, but freeze watch. Where are you? Who's that? Freeze watch? Tammy, the hell? What is going on? Those Nevada peeps in there, they don't know left to right.
Not so make it your own country.
Anyway, so what can you do? So the training tips first, because today, guys, I didn't sleep very well last night. I haven't slept for a while, for a few nights. It is hot. Since having long COVID, I just struggle with energy anyway. But keep the curtains closed in the evening, then open every window. Let the heat out. So I haven't slept very well. I'm not eating very much. I'm exercising all the freaking time, and it's boiling hot here. So today, when when Cam's alarm went off, we did not get out of bed, did we? No. I slept through it, basically, and it sucked. So it meant that at 1:00 in the afternoon, we had to drag our asses, walk all the way to the gym, the boiling hot, I had to do a leg workout in the boiling hot, then I do an hour of cardio in the boiling hot. And then we had to come back. We had to go for a walk and whatever, right? It was a bit boring. So here are the tips for safe training and just to be able to get training done, okay, in this hot weather. So first things first. What's the first one? Stay hydrated, okay? So we need to make sure, especially in the heat, because we're sweating more. So we need to be drinking more to replenish and have that topped up. So when we sweat more, we're not going into dehydration essentially. So that is number one. How much water should they be drinking, Campbell?
I can never remember off my head. Isn't it like 30 milliliters per times
your body weight in pounds?
I thought it was kilos. I can't remember the equation of it, but it's something like that, isn't it?
Yeah. So anywhere between, guys, plus an extra little bit. So, for example, I'm supposed to drink, say, 2.5 liters a day, okay? Because I'm exercising, I will automatically add an extra 500 mil onto that. Sorry, guys, we're going to be talking in mils and liters because our brains do not work like our friends across the pond. So an extra 500.
Yeah, for me as a minimum, with no exercise, if I do 30 milliliters times my body weight in kilos, 85, that's 2,550 liters, so 2.5 liters.
Yeah.
And then, like they said, you'd add on
500. Yeah, or it's body weight in pounds halved, which is near enough the same thing, isn't it?
Pretty much.
So if you are, can you go up? If you are 200 pounds, so let's do the math. 200 pounds is around 100 kilos, roughly. So you'd put 100 times 30, which is 3,000 mil, which is 3 liters, okay? Weight times 2 plus 30. No, divided by 2, love, whatever that was, times by 30. But yes, near enough. So your body weight in kilograms times 30, or your body weight in pounds halved times 30. Okay, so like Cam said, he's got 2,500-ish. Then he has an extra 500 because of exercise. I would say because we do like 2 kind of exercises, don't we? We do our lift, so an extra 500 for that. So now he's on 3 liters. And then we do an hour cardio, so an extra at least 500 on top of that. So an extra liter. So now he's at 3.5 liters. And then because of the heat here and everywhere, I would add on an extra 5 to 750. So you're probably now looking at 4 liters roughly a day. That's right, isn't it? There we go. So that's roughly what he needs to be drinking. So you guys, like, figure out the minimum that you need, excuse me, for safety or for to live. And then add on an extra 500 if you're lifting, another 500 if you're doing cardio, or just one or the other if you're doing one or the other. And then an extra 500 plus 5 to 750-ish for the heat as well, okay? If you're used to the heat, if you live somewhere that's constantly hot, then you're acclimatized to it and you're going to be absolutely fine. Just make sure you replenish after workouts. So the next thing is time your workouts. So especially if you're going for walks, just like you would your dog. No one wants to take the dog out in the middle of the day. I see it all the time on Facebook. People are fucking idiots taking their dogs out. The floor is hot, blah, 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 blah. Look after yourself in the same way. How about that? So go out for walks in the morning before it gets hot. Go out for walks in the evenings when it cools down. Like, don't walk at midday with the blazing hot sun because you're going to get fatigued. It's going to be too hot. It puts a lot of stress on your body, especially if you're overweight, guys. This is just the fact. Your body is already like insulated. And then if you're having the heat on top, if you guys know if you're overweight or have been overweight, it is uncomfortable to be hot and overweight. It's uncomfortable to be hot, full stop. But to be overweight in heat, everything's rubbing. It's no bueno, as Tammy would say. So yeah, drop it down to the appropriate times, if possible. Of course, all these things are going to be, if you can, kind of thing. What else, Cam? Do you think that this morning or evening, that's the best time to work out, isn't it?
Pretty much.
Probably morning, so you can get out of the way. Someone is dying, sweating like a pig. Someone. Sam's hard work, though, isn't she? She's killing it. Okay, next tip, Cam.
I think you probably shouldn't be dressing, like just dress appropriately is like quite a simple one. Obviously it's to wearing what you can or what you're confident with.
Yeah.
But you're obviously going to want to be choosing like just thinner layers of clothes. You don't want to be wearing multiple layers.
Yeah.
You're not going to be wearing like trackies.
Don't wear your jogging bottoms and your hoodie.
No. I mean, like simple things. Although you might be very used to that.
Yeah.
You definitely don't want to be wearing it because it's just going to make you overheat, dehydrate quicker. Faint, or you'll just leave and quit earlier.
Yeah. So anything like sweat wicking materials are going to be really useful. Lycra, that kind of, or lycra blends. Those kinds of things can be really, really useful. Like this top I've got on is like a stretchy kind of thing, is a sports top kind of thing. So yeah, that's basically it. Don't wear your thick, fleecy jackets, the thick, fleecy joggers. Yes, they're comfortable. It's too hot for them. Stop wearing them. And if you are working out in the sun, so if you're like a runner or you're going for walks in the daytime, because that's just the time you have to, of course, we're going to say to apply sunblock or suntan lotion, or I think they're the two languages. I think that's what people call them. So yeah, suntan lotion. Don't be silly. Don't go, oh yeah, I'm going to go for a bloody 8-mile run and I'm just not going to take any water. I'm not going to put any suntan lotion on. Be sensible, whatever. Wear a hat, cover up, cover your eyes, back of your neck, put sunscreen on, all of those kinds of things. And the other thing is you could also try someone is basically swimming in sun cream, protecting the tattoos. Yes. I wonder if that's Lindsay. But yes, yeah, 100%. Get a cooling towel is another thing as well. So you could just get a normal towel and wet it and keep it close to you so you can like cool down a little bit. Or you can buy like specific cooling towels, can't you? Microfiber kind of things, I think they are. So they would be helpful as well as an option. When I do my cardio at the minute, I take 2 towels. So the gym that we go to give you towels or lend you towels essentially. And I'm always taking 2 because I'm just sweating so much that like during it is ringing. And then after I need like a kind of like a fresh one to pat my face off, basically, on makeup so I cool down my face. So yeah, make sure you have a towel to keep you thing. And then the other thing is that I want to mention as well is, it comes back to water a little bit, is electrolytes. Because obviously when you're sweating more and you're filling up with water, which is good, you're rehydrating. Someone I spoke to the other day said that they drank 3 liters in 45 minutes.
That's way too much.
Too much, yeah. So the problem is, if you drink a load of water, the electrolyte balance in your blood will be thrown off, and there is something called hyponatremia, which is basically overhydrating. So you've got dehydration, I'm not sure, hyponatremia and hypernatremia, one way or the other. Anyway, they're both opposite ends of the extreme. So obviously if you're dehydrated, you know what happens. If you're overhydrated, the electrolytes, the sodium, all of that kind of stuff in your blood basically gets diluted. Imagine putting like a little bit of salt in here and then a little bit of salt in here. If it's in here, it's going to dilute very quickly. If it's in here, it's not going to dilute as much or as quickly. And we need these electrolyte balances to function well, for our kidneys to work well, for all of our organs basically to work well, including our brain. So you want to be spreading out this water as much as possible. If you are drinking like a ton, like me, sometimes I drink like 5 liters plus, it's a really good idea to have electrolytes, especially in summer when you are sweating out all the positive, all the good things that we need, basically. So you can get SIS electrolytes, can't you?
Mm-hmm.
You get the little tablets like this, just chuck them in water, 1 a day. You can get electrolyte powder, And you can also make your own, which is like a little bit of pink Himalayan salt and a little bit of sugar in there.
Yeah, you got that one, and then there's like a purple one. It's like a diarrhea pack, but it's actually a really good electric.
Dextrose, is it?
No, that's carbohydrates. Isn't it?
Oh.
It's direthalite or something like
Okay.
that. Diarylite, and it's got like it's white and purple. I think if that because it's raspberry flavor, but it's for like people that have had diarrhea and lost lots of fluids really quickly.
Mhm.
But if you buy them, they're pretty cheap from like the supermarket.
Diarylite.
They're pretty cheap, like electrolytes, and it's exactly the same as like Cis, the expensive tablets.
SAS.
So you can have a look into them.
Hey, Nadia. Appreciate that. Yeah, so they are some of the things that you need to be working on. So to recap, let's see if we can remember them, because we don't write these down. We just come up with them on the top of our head. So the first one is stay hydrated, use your electrolytes, work out early in the morning or late at night before it gets too hot. If you're working out outside, make sure you have got sunscreen, you're wearing a cap, all of those kinds of things, and wear something suitable. I think they were like the main ones. Yeah, all right. So, joined late as I went to the gym. Back on it. Good on ya. Good on ya, Nadia. The next problem people are having is sleep. Got any tips?
Got a few, yeah.
Cam's got no problem because he goes like this. Like that, like straight away, like that. No issues. He could be in a sauna and he'd sleep. It doesn't matter. Could be in a bloody igloo and he'd pass out. It doesn't matter.
I'm well trained.
So
we've got some good tips. I think the biggest one that comes down to it, out of all of them, that is the most important, is probably like this, what you'd call like your environment. So we need to make sure the environment is working for us and obviously not against us. So if we did the opposite and we did against us, it's having our windows, having our blinds and like curtains open all day so the sun can come in and heat up the room, closing all windows, closing all doors so there's like zero ventilation, turning off any aircon, any fans. So obviously we just want to do the opposite of that. Like if we can have a cooler room towards about 17, 18 degrees, they say is like ideal. Again, most of the UK doesn't have aircon. So we just need to keep like the curtains shut for like most of the day. Like someone said above, open them in the evening. Open all windows where and when possible, especially open windows like 1 to 2 hours before you go to bed, just to like get some ventilation in the room. What are the other ones? Like obviously use your aircon, use your fan. If you have a fan, you can obviously point it at the bed. Some people put like cold packs in front of the fan to try and have a more of a coolant effect.
Yeah.
But that's probably the biggest one, is the actual temperature in the room. But again, you can only do the best you can do. But if you're doing them, then that's a pretty good start.
Yeah. And if you close your curtains, and leave your windows open if possible during the day. And that's going to stop the heat obviously from coming into the room and heating up the room. Late at night or in the evening before bed, like right now, we've got the windows open. So if it is cooler outside in the evenings, open the windows, let some ventilation in there. The more windows open, the better. Not only because more cool air will come in, but it's also got the air can pass through, window to window. So it kind of refreshes the circulation in the room as well. So there's that. Think about as well, guys, if you have a child or baby and they're crying, they want to shut up because they're too hot and they can't sleep, what would you do? Okay, you'd probably change their bed in, so you haven't got this fleecy thing on them anymore like you would in winter. You'd probably put them in just like their little baby grow, like the one with no legs. Guys, obviously I have not got a child, but like the baby grows with the little like, poppers underneath with no legs. You or just a nappy. Oh, electronics, that's a good one. So I was going to say that. So you'd put the baby in as little clothes as possible, and you'd take off the blankets and stuff. Do the same. Take off your clothes, wear as little as possible. Just wear your underwear if you want to. Just don't wear anything at all if you want to. And then, optimize the bedding. So personally, I don't like not using bedding because I'm afraid the monster under the bed will grab me. But what I don't mind is just a sheet. Okay, just a sheet is nice and light. I can keep one leg out, nice and cool, wherever. So do that. Stop wearing no clothes. So stop wearing clothes to bed and make sure that the bedding is optimal. Yes, Lindsay said turn off any electronics if they're in the same room, which they shouldn't be. There should be no electronics in the bedroom. Bedrooms are for two things: sleeping and sexing. The two things that you should be doing in a bedroom. But yes, if you've got like your PlayStation on, or you've got your laptop or your computer or anything, the heat will contribute to the heat in the room as well. So make sure they are out and turned off, not just on standby. Off. Agreed. Someone's agreeing with the monster under the bed situation. Nadia, yeah. It's true. It's true. Can you imagine, like, you're there sleeping and then suddenly you just feel something on your feet. You're like, I'm not having that. At least warn me by, doing if the thing moved. The bed sheet. If the bed sheet moved, I have a bit of warning instead of someone grabbing my feet and pulling me under the bed.
Very good tactic.
I think so. It's like warning. Things like breathable mattress toppers. You can also buy, what are they called? Those like mattress. No, but there's also these beddings that you can buy that go on top of the bed that cool it. Chili pads. That's it. They are in America. I don't know if you can get them in the UK. There's something called a chili pad, and there are alternatives to this as well. They're quite pricey. So probably if you're in America, it's probably worth it because of the price. Because it's constantly normally warm there. Whereas in the UK, we get like 2 weeks of heat, and then it's probably not worth the price. But something like that might help. You can also get cooling pads. I have them for the cats, but they do human sized ones too. Yeah, Gus and Dexter, the little boys, have got ones as well. That's the ones. Yeah. You can also get a flannel or a small towel, wet, cold, obviously, and put it like along the back of your neck or on your palms of your feet, palms of your hands. They're the three main sections, aren't they, Cam?
Yeah, head, hands, and feet, or bottom of your feet.
Bottom of your feet, yeah, palms of your feet. Okay, next.
I think we've covered most of it. It's like keeping your room dark, keeping it cool. One thing I would say, like Faye said, once you start to come in a cycle of lack of energy, that's when more snacks, sugary convenience food creeps in, maybe more meals, and caffeine. And that's just going to be the thing that will just even make it worse. So you could have done all of this, and your room could be the perfect temperature, but for whatever reason you're just really flagging from sleep previous days, and you have like a coffee, like a cappuccino, any type of coffee, or like even like a tea maybe, quite like after 2 p.m, quite close to bed, and that's just going to make it harder to
switch off.
So that's probably one of the biggest things. And then heavy meals.
Yeah.
Just make sure we're not having big heavy meals late towards bed, because again, those two big things will disturb it, whatever the temperature.
Judy says cold hot water bottles are good too. I've never tried that.
Yeah,
but I can imagine it would be.
Chuck it in the freezer or something.
Okay, the other thing is not just for the heat. This is technically not heat, but similar. You want the room to be dark, okay? So blackout blinds, blackout curtains, eye mask, all of those things are going to help you sleep later than sunrise, of course. So there's that as well. And if the sun is going down really late, then that's going to help you be able to get sleep as well. Some people say to have a hot bath, a hot/warm bath before bed, because it's going to help you ease into the sleep routine. So some of these things we'd recommend any time of the year, but I also think because you're used to that heat because you've been in the bath, the bed is almost like a a nice relief. So there's that opposition, I guess, of feelings. So that could be a helpful tool as well. Anything else?
No, I think they're literally it. And
Have
then it's
a fan, yeah.
fan,
Profano.
aircon.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. Stay hydrated. Don't drink too much before bed. Yeah, I think they're the main things, guys. So if you're a client, you should be implementing all of these, okay? And if you're not, you should be implementing all of these anyway, because they're free tips. So yes, that's about it, basically, guys. Oh, no, I do have one more. It's a bit more like a psychological kind of thing. If you think, oh my God, last night was so hot, I couldn't get sleep for ages, I'm going to struggle to get sleep tonight, it's been really horrible, I haven't had any energy, tonight's going to be really hot, oh my God, I'm going to struggle. You're building up in your head. So when you get into bed, you're going to be overthinking all of the things that has happened today. You're going to be thinking, I'm too hot, I'm too hot, I'm too hot, I'm too hot. I can't sleep, I can't sleep, I can't sleep. And then it's not going to help anybody. Like that elbowing your partner, like, why are you sleeping and I can't sleep? Not that I do that, but so yeah, just making sure that you are mentally winding down, that you're not telling yourself, I'm not going to sleep, it's going to be too hot. Like,
it's like that ruminating thing before bed. It's one of the worst things to keep you awake.
Personally, when I'm really hot sometimes in bed, I will think cold. I will think about like being in a freezer or like being close to a freezer.
Being shut in a freezer.
Yeah, sometimes. But yeah, just like I think about being cooler. I think about like a fan or whatever. Like just thinking about those things is really helpful. Gina has a cool shower before bed. Just hopped on last minute. Oh, hi. The thing with the cool shower before bed, yeah, that's the other option. So there's the have a warm bath, because then you come out and it feels cool. Or to decrease your body temperature would be a cool shower. However, that could then wake you up, so you're not as sleepy for bed. And also if you then come out of a cold shower and go into a hot room, you might feel like, oh my God, now I'm boiling. So it obviously depends. I use a fan by my bed and use earplugs. Also a good one. Also bought a wool duvet to put between me and the memory foam mattress. Big difference. Huh. Use a wool duvet. Interesting. For the summer. Maybe it's like an insulation thing, so you don't get like absorbed the heat from the memory foam mattress. Maybe. Yeah.
Mibes.
Oh, you're now joining us, sorry. That's right. We'll just shout to you later. Oh, it's Jen. Bloody Jen. No, you're right, Jen. So guys, any other tips? I also am a fan of earplugs sometimes, because the wax ones are really good. Like they're covered in cotton wool, and then you put them in, you mold them to your ears. But the other ones, not so much, because I've got like different piercings in my ears. They like rub against them, or they fall out or whatever. What is cooling? When hot, and warm when cold. Naturally wicked. Tell the sheep that, Lorna. Or whoever commented that. Lorna, go back to Wales and tell the sheep that they need to keep their fur on for summer. I don't think they'd be very happy. Is there something about water evaporation off your head making you hotter if you go to bed with wet hair? I'm sure someone told me that, but it might be rubbish. Now, Sam, I've heard that if you go to bed with wet hair, you'll catch a cold.
Did your mum tell you that?
Yeah. She did. She did tell me that. So I don't know. Your head is one of the key areas that keep you warm and cold, which is why when those fucking crazy, stupid people do cold dips, they wear a hat, which kind of like defeats the object, really, doesn't it? So yeah, that's one thing. So if you keep a cool hat on for bed, or a little flannel on your head, maybe it'll keep you cooler. But I don't know about it keeping you warmer. Apologies if anyone knows, then drop it in. I run my wrist into cold water and it cools it down quickly. Someone else says I do the same thing. Let's see. Oh, hey, Amanda. What's the temperature like with you? She's on vacay at the moment. Jen says about the cool water, and then Lindsay says, I do that as well. No one says, right enough, they get shaved. I know, exactly. The sheep have got it right. Guys, make sure you have a shave to cool down. It's 80 degrees here in Georgia. Well, that is 80 degrees Celsius. It's bloody hot, isn't it?
I have no idea what a conversion is.
No, I haven't got the foggiest. But yeah, warm, I'd say. Warm. I don't know about the rest of things, to be honest. I don't know. Because it's the palm of your hands, which is what keeps the heat in or releases it. So maybe it's, maybe it's the blood that is cooling before it goes into your hand, possibly. I don't know. Did you figure it out?
I think you said it's 26. What, 80 Fahrenheit, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, 80 Fahrenheit is 26.6 degrees.
Oh, 26. Yeah, okay. That's like fucking boiling in the UK. That's what everyone's complaining about, Amanda. This is what everyone's complaining about. The warm. Not 100 degrees. They're complaining about 26 degrees. They're like, oh, it's too hot.
Yeah, they're complaining about 80.
Yeah, well, 80C, 26. No, 80F, 26C. The rest thing is related to cooling pulse points. Yeah, there we go. Same as around your neck. There you go. Sensible. See, that was my logical brain there kicked in. Did you see that quickly? That thought of that response? Exactly. Yes, so there we go, guys. They are the key tips. Anyone over stateside got any tips? Although you guys also have AC. In the UK, in Europe?
Yeah, they see. You
That's
just
what you
get
think.
used to it. I think
Yeah.
in the UK, we can't acclimatise the heat because it's never there long enough.
It's like 2 weeks and it's bloody pissing down with rain again. Bethan, author, how's it going? Yeah, so there are tips, running wrists under cold water. Or if you don't want to get out of bed, maybe have a cold flannel and put them on your wrist. Or maybe you could buy little sweat bands that you can have in cold water and then put them onto your wrists in the night or before you go to bed. Maybe that would be a useful thing. Jana does have AC, yeah. You're a lucky girl, aren't you? Lucky ducky. So, guys, that is it. You've got your tips for training, how to stay cool and how to stay safe. How to get your steps inside. It is. You're right. That's why gym is really helpful if you've got gym membership. Because gyms normally have got air conditioning or fans at least. So you can come and you can go and walk on the treadmill there. It's a benefit. And when it's raining in the UK, it's either boiling hot or it's pissing down with rain. Go to the gym, walk on the treadmill. Come over. Yeah, we're coming over. Aren't we?
I'd love to.
She got an extra bedroom, she said the other day. She invited us. So now you know how to train safely in the heat, and you also know how to sleep well in the heat. Okay? So use your common sense, implement what you can, and just know that, guys, if you're in the UK, it's 2 weeks max, and it's not going to be a problem anymore, okay? So just push through. That is it, guys. Anyone want to do like a Q&A? Anyone got any questions based on anything? Otherwise, we're going to leave and eat some tuna. The joys, isn't there? I'm going to get some cheese with mine. I'm going to have some cheese with my tuna. And some mayonnaise. I'm going to have some light mayo as well. Maybe I'll have a Sky Dark chocolate.
Or two.
With a cup of tea. Thanks for the good tips. No probs. It didn't really affect you, because you got aircon. You're a lucky girl. No one's got any questions. Well, guys, there we go. If you do have questions, pop them in the comments and we can come back to them. Enjoy, lol. Yeah, thank you. Can't wait for tuna. Freaking love it. That's it though. If you got any questions, drop them in the comments and we will come back to them. Wednesday, we're going to be talking about what
Body parts.
exercises do what body parts.
Yep.
So we're going to go through every single exercise in the whole world. It's going to be a live that's going to go on for about 42 days. No, we're going to choose some exercises, guys. Hey, Holly. We're going to choose some exercises for each body part and then kind of talk you through them, I guess, the main ones and a couple of extras.
Yeah, the most common and popular.
Yeah, there we go. All right, have a fantastic week. And that's it. Speak to you soon.
Ciao.
Ciao.